Hey, what's going on, guys? This is KNasty390 and welcome back to another episode of Tampa Bay Rays franchise. This is episode number 18. We just won the World Series in Game 7. Correa, spotlight of Game 7, hit a home run, 4 ribbies. We're going to the offseason. We are going to be losing some money off the team. I know like JD Martinez is a free agent. He may just retire. We do have people to come and replace him. Now, one comment, one of you guys, I forget who mentioned it, and I do apologize. Someone asked me they wanted to see Ohtani's hitting like attributes. So he's 29. He's a really good pitcher. There's his hitting stats. Very solid, 67, 61 power, 58, 57 contact. I know someone mentioned that they wanted to see it. And in case anyone was curious where he is at age 29 as a hitter, still pretty darn good. As a pitcher, dominant. So, now we got that out of the way. Let's get into the offseason, boys. All right, we'll have some tough moves, but I think the biggest thing, we maybe add a little bit to the bullpen, maybe add a little bit of depth to the bench, but we'll see. So JD Martinez did not retire. Let's see if any big names did. I always enjoy, I don't know, do you guys want me to continue going through when the retired players or just kind of skip it? Jeff Farrell, that's John Farrell's son. A little fun fact. Syndergaard retired at age 32 due to ability. Damn, he really got bad pretty quick. Actually, I think we were looking to sign him at one point, if I remember right. So he's not going to be a Hall of Famer if you retire at 32, unless your name's Sandy Koufax. Eduardo Rodriguez, age 31, retired. Wow. Evan Longoria, Hall of Famer. 394 career home runs, 2,000 plus hits. Career average of 265. Solid defense. So his WAR is 49. No, it's not high enough. Hall of very good, I guess. Jose Abreu, retired Wade Davis. He finished with 288 career saves. Pretty good when he didn't start becoming a closer until 2016, really. 2015, I think he did in spot duties. But 2016 was the first full year, I believe. Guys, if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. Charlie Blackmon retired. Really had the second half of his career is really where he really took off. So I don't think there's any Hall of Famers in that. Oh, I guess Elvis Andrus is a Hall of Famer. Okay, let's move on then. Let's just make sure staff, everyone's locked up. Let's take a look at exclusive free agent negotiations. So we got Alfaro, who I will probably let go. JD Martinez, we're going to let go. I'll show you guys why in a second if you don't know. Chafin was a solid, not great reliever for us, but he's good in the playoffs. Hand, I'm going to let go. He's 78 overall, going down, he's 35, so the only guy I think we're going to keep is Chafin here, I think it's Chafin. I don't know if there's any Diamondbacks fans in here, and you guys know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I have no problem with you guys just let me know when I say a name incorrectly, especially if it's like a prospect. I want to get it right, so correct me if I'm wrong. The reason why we're going to let Alfaro go, he's not bad. He's a really solid catcher. I mean, he's not a great hitter, but the defense is really good. We have Wyatt Kern, one of the top prospects in baseball. I think he's ready. His fielding's not great, but his durability is solid. We still have Wins, who's a really good defensive backup catcher. Koo is a guy who's starting to develop. He has good durability, terrible film. But look at that contact. He has a nice overall at 69. So we got Kern. He's going to be our new catcher. So before we do anything further, so I don't forget, now we are going to put the qualifying offer on Alfaro. I think he'll get it at 31. Great defensive catcher. I mean, his WAR is still probably around 4 to 5. 3.8, the year before is 4.3, so around 4, really. And then for JD Martinez, he was terrible in the playoffs, had a really good regular season. He had a couple big home runs, but we do have, we have Lester Marin, who I probably will maybe trade this offseason, or he'll be a bench bat, possibly. But we have Castaneda. No, he has not played above AA, but as a DH, that guy looks like he should mash. So we're going to let him come up. Now, I do want Villarreal on the Major League team for that defense. I think that might be a good defensive, I think he can have a good, solid career. So now that we got just going over that, we are going to give both of Alfaro and JD a qualifying offer. Hopefully they sign with someone else and we get some extra draft picks. Chafin, $2.5 million for 1 year. I'll go up to like 2.7 so he likes it. Brad Hand, we could give him a qualifying offer. That'd be incredibly stupid because he's probably worth $1 million. $2 million, I'm not going to give him a qualifying offer for like 18. So we got that out of the way. Let's sim a few days. And let's see if Chafin did. He signed. Okay, so like I said, right now, as you can see, this offseason is... Wait, before we go any further, look at this dude's mustache. That is a great handlebar mustache. That is an amazing mustache. Because of that, I really I almost want to like redo this whole episode and give him like an extra $10 million. Be like, sir, your mustache is so great, I'm giving you extra money. But we can't do that. All right. Now let's take a look at free agents. Could we get someone? I don't know how we have for the money, but Acuna is a free agent, only 27 years old. Hasn't really had an amazing year yet. I mean, those are really good years, and with his fielding, his wins above replacement was probably pushing like 8. Wow, only 5, really? Addison Russell at short? I had a really good... He's back and forth between average, but the power, I mean, 25 home runs, I think, on average is fair. Tony Kemp at second base, really having a really good career. Gleyber Torres, another second baseman. Mickey Parks, another... Damn, missed a lot. His fielding's terrible. I was going to say, that looks like an amazing hitter, but his fielding's awful. Let's take a look at the team and just go over everything. So our rotation, Ohtani, Castillo, Groom, Pineda, and I guess we have Franklin, but I probably will go with Cooper. Give him another chance. I know he struggled. We also have Caruso's almost there. Kozar's working his way up the system. Relievers, we have Chafin, and then maybe Villarreal. And then we also have Douglas, Baez, Logan. We only have one lefty in Chafin, so maybe find a lefty reliever. Catcher, that's our catcher. First base, and then Naylor's going to be a bench bat. Second base, Forrest Miles. Third base is Diaz. Had a great year, great playoff. Correa's at short. Left field is Ben Gamel. Center field is Frank Holden, who's turned into a very solid player. Right field, we got Jim Dunn. And then we got Castaneda as our DH. Now, Dunn, I feel like this is like a guy that we kind of screwed up. I feel like we screwed up Jim Dunn. He's only 24, but I feel like we called him up maybe too soon. I don't know. I mean, there's still power there. So I guess we don't need anything except maybe a number 5 starter and probably a reliever or two. So, yeah, I think that's probably it. Like, I'm just thinking, like, I would love to go out and maybe get a free agent. Like, we could afford this contract. Like, we have the cash flow, too. I wish we could see. Let's go to, where's budget? Here's budget. So, I wish we could just see how much money we have. We have $117 million right now in player salaries for the next year, which we were sitting around 150. So, like, we were doing really well. However, and we're actually, Brendan McKay's a free agent next year. He's going to be a big contract, I feel like. Diaz is a free agent the next year, but he's an older player. Douglas will start costing a little bit more. Chafin, don't need to worry about that. Cabrera, we're fine. Yeah, we actually have a lot. Wait, is 2024 the next? No, 2025 is next season. Yeah, I thought. We actually could get someone. The question is what position? Because Alfaro's going to be gone. Maybe another outfielder. Just for the fact that then Jim Dunn could be expendable, and I guess Acuna would be the natural option. The problem is he hasn't really been a great player, and he's going to get paid like a great player. Like, we're paying him $30+ million a year for a guy who's very good. Don't get me wrong, he's very good, but you'd expect more from a guy who's 96 overall, 27 years old. Let's see what else is out there. We could get like Addison Russell to play second, or get Tony Kemp to play second every day. But Tony Kemp's going to cost us how much? $21 million. Forrest Miles is better average. Forrest Miles, less power, but Forrest Miles is very good. Had a better WAR, so Forrest Miles is very good. Mickey Parks, great hitter, but he doesn't play every day. Gleyber Torres actually looks pretty good. Maybe we go and get like a guy, and instead of signing a free agent, we make a trade. Now, I guess before we go any further, we do have to do all this, so let's get into this part of it of signing our players, and then let's do the salary arbitration first. We might just try to lock up our players. Maybe that's a smart thing we'll do this offseason, is lock up our younger talent. Now, Jay Groom hasn't really put it together yet. He has a nice overall, but his ERA is always north of 4. So I don't want to pay him a ton of money. I think 2 years for $5 million, I actually don't mind that. If he had a good year or two, I would maybe lock him up, but I don't want to pay a guy like $11 million who's an average pitcher. I'll pay him a little over $5 million. Frank Holden is a guy I might look to lock up. a very good hitter, good durability, solid fielder, steals 30 bases on average a year, hits about 20 plus home runs. WAR every year is about 5 or higher. He would be a guy that he has 3 years of MLB service time. He's only 26. If I gave him like a 5-year deal, he's 31, and then at that time it might be the good time to get rid of him. And look at that, like we're paying more. As you can see, it'd be $6.5 million for the first couple of years, but we're paying more to lock him up. So we'll lock up Forrest Miles for a little over $10 million a year, and we don't have to worry about it. Not Forrest Miles, Frank Holden. We don't have to worry about it anymore. Carlos Baez, a reliever, really struggled. He only has 2 years of service time. We can lock him up 4 years. No, he's not going to be a closer. He's a reliever. But, oh my goodness, that's a very team-friendly deal. Oops. There we go. Pineda, who's been pitching really well. This is a guy I might want to lock up 3 years of service time. How old is he? 24. I'd give him like a 6-year deal. 5-year deal. I think 5 years. We'll pay a little bit more now, but we can afford that. Like, we can afford the money now. We pay him more, and that should save us money in the long term. So we'll get that to about $33.5 million. So that takes 2 years of his free agency out of the window, but he'll be 29 at that time. Now his overall, they say it's going down, but he pitches well every year, and he pitches innings. He has 95 stamina. He pitches like 222 innings last year. There's value in that. Jim Dunn, I don't want to pay him $6 million a year, so we're gonna take him to arbitration. I'll go 2.5. James Nelson's a backup third baseman, a very solid backup third baseman, I might add. Solid fielding, good contact, nothing crazy. I hope he knows what his value is. And what would his arbitration be? So last year's salary was $395. I'll go up to like $800,000. There we go. All right, and then Austin Wynns is our backup catcher. Again, I mean, let's see. 1.8 is a little hefty for a backup catcher. I'm gonna go to $750. That's how much I think he's valued at. So there we go. That part's done. And like I said, so we lock up Holden. We lock up Pineda. I think that's great. Groom, I want to lock him up because there's the talents there. Just put it together and then we'll talk. But in 2 years, he's a free agent. If he pitches well, he gets to cash in. We'll get a draft pick, or maybe we keep him. We'll see. But now we're on the tender contracts. So Forrest Miles, I might give him a 4. I mean, so in 4 years when he's a free agent, when he reaches 6 years of service time, he'll be 31. $3.5 million a year. I think we just do that. We get him locked up. That would be 4 years, $16 million. He's not a great hitter, but he hasn't hit poorly. Like, he's a .246 career hitter, and the fielding is amazing. Now, you wish his durability was a little higher. He actually did play 158 games, but he's still playing every day. His WAR last year, 2.7, 2.9. He's a 2.8 career WAR for $4 million, and that's 4 years. That's great. Austin Franklin is. I don't want to give him a lot of money. So, a 3-year, like a 3-year deal worth like $4 million, 4.2. I love that. Pete Logan, the goggles. Oh, he's not wearing the glasses in the picture on the picture on the left, but the picture of the card, he is wearing glasses. A promising young closer. So, a 2-year, that's friendly. I think the rest of this, I'll just do it, guys. You don't need to see it. I mean, there's Kern here. I can lock him up. Let's do 2 years, 2.8. I'm probably a little bit overpaying him because he hasn't done anything yet, but he'll be happy about it. Jason Cooper, who I kind of maybe want in the rotation, or I could make him. Some of you guys mentioned just turn these guys into relievers, so maybe we'll do that with Jason Cooper. Let's actually do that because we said we need a lefty reliever. We'll turn Cooper with his 63 stamina into a reliever. Now, I guess the only thing is, like, when we turn him to a reliever, how does that affect him? So he is a 78 overall, and he has great stamina, and we'll see how he performs as a reliever. And I think now we may want to get one more. Like, I think that's one. Oops, he went free agency. We have to go to tender contracts. I think what we need to do is just get maybe one more starter. We'll see, but I'm gonna edit the rest of this part of the video out, guys, so I'll see you in a second. Alright, guys, so now that I have gone and went through all those contracts, we need to, I was thinking about it, because we're going young with a couple positions, like catcher, DH, J.D. Martinez, for how bad he was in the playoffs, he was great during the regular season, and we have Forrest Miles at second base. He's not a great offensive player. I think it's important for us to really get a solid number 5 in case Groom struggles again, and in case Pineda just kind of has this another year of the mid-4 ERA. I mean, these guys are studs, which will be great in the playoffs, but I want to make sure we win the division. I don't want to get into a wild card game. Anything can happen in a one-game playoff, so I want to get a really good number 5. Now, I'm thinking 86 or higher. I mean, if we got like a 93, he's on our number 5. He'd be our number 3. You know what I mean? But like another guy. Now, we could get Kyle Wright, but he hasn't really pitched great. He had one really good year. I don't think that's worth it. Fernando Romero, he's only 30. Had a pretty solid year. It would cost a draft pick. Tyler B would not cost a draft pick. Pitched all right, but I mean, he's had some terrible years. So I'm not sure if that's worth it. AJ Puck struggled last year. Tyler Anderson, we've been down that road. He pitched pretty well. That would cost us $11 million for 1 year of Tyler Anderson. Only problem is he's 35. You don't know how well he'll be doing it. That is definitely an option. There's some actually names here. There's like Rizzo's out there and whatnot. Willie, one of our former prospects, had an okay year last year. His best year since his last year with us. So, I mean, there's like Robert Stevenson maybe. Or we can go and try to trade for someone. But I think Tyler Anderson may not be a bad move. Like an 1 year, $11 million deal. Well, hang on. It's going to be a little higher because we're going to tell him he's not an ace. He's in our rotation. He probably are going to be our number 4. But I think that's not bad. And I do want to get like another reliever. I mean, Brad Keller's out here. Good stamina. He sucks. Mark Leiter, 81 overall. I think we can do better. So we're going to go in the trade market for relievers, but let's sim a few days, see what happens. Well, we cannot afford... Oh, I know why we can't. It's because we have the qualifying offer stuck on Alfaro and on JD Martinez. We have to wait on that. We'll come back to... Hopefully he's available at the time. Brad Keller is a red. That was one of the relievers just looked at. Struggled last year, but he got a 4-year, $27 million deal. Acuna is going to the Phillies. Okay, he's in the National League. That's good. 7 years, only $186 million. That's actually not as high as I thought he would get. Alfaro. Okay, there we go. Alfaro, we got the draft pick. Diamondbacks signed him. 4 years, $50 million. So let's go back and take a look at Tyler Anderson, if he's available. Okay, still no offers. Like if you look at our cash flow and everything, it looks like it should be good. So we should be able to sign him now. And let's take a look at our tender contracts. Now, some of these guys still have not signed. Some of them have. So we'll continue to wait on that. I don't know why we can't, but whatever. We'll wait. We'll wait. Kyle Wright, who we were looking at, 5 years, $100 million on the dot by the Mets. Victor Caratini, a catcher, is going to the Angels. 5 years, $81 million. Carson Kelly, another catcher, is going to the Twins. Mickey Parks, that's one of those second basemen we're looking at. Great goatees going to the Reds. Damn you, JD. Well, time to go trade JD Martinez for whatever I can get. I mean, we could keep him, like in theory, but I'm not paying $20 million for a guy who I'd rather have the young guy play. All right, we can get something from the A's. Not much. It's the only offer that someone's giving us, so we're going to take that. We get a B potential, but we're saving the $20 million. There we go. Now let's go back and take a look at Tyler Anderson. If he's still available, he is. Oh, we have too many people on our roster, so let's fix this. Let's find some guys who are like 30 years old. I think he's a 72 overall. I don't want to... There's some value in that. All right, this guy, we'll release you. I'm looking at some C potentials. Like, you're not going to do anything. This guy's not going to do anything. Yeah, he's not going to do anything. 30 D potential. You get out of here. That guy's not terrible. So, I mean, he could maybe be a bench bat. I doubt it. But let's go back to Tyler Anderson. I kind of want to get him. That kind of just... And then we just only have to make a move for a... All right, now it says our cash flow is negative when we go after him. So I guess we can afford him. Now it tells us what our cash flow is. That's kind of ridiculous. Anyway, so I guess we're going to go make trades for the reliever and trades for a starter. Maybe we can do it all in one trade, you know? Obviously, the money, we're going to have to make sure we can get it right. So we need to get... Ooh, Walker Buehler. Pitched well last year, but that was his first good year. Don't love that. We also got to find someone relatively cheap. Amir Garrett, that's a really good contract, and he's pitched really well the last 3 years. I'll go after Amir Garrett, and he's lefty. There we go. And we can get, Torres. This is perfect. He's a lefty, 89 overall. One bad year in the last like 5 or 6. But that's only 30 innings pitched. So we include both of them. They want second base, shortstop, and right field. All right, second base, we don't have much. Shortstop, we have Jeter Downs. All right, we're going to have to take on some money, but we can figure this out. They do love Dwayne Medina, who's a project, but I'll trade him to get a good reliever and a good starter. But we're going to have to take on some money back. I don't know how much. I mean, maybe we include... All right, Austin Franklin wouldn't be enough money. Chafin wouldn't be enough. Who would we have to include? We may not actually be able to do this. I want to keep Diaz. We actually can't... I mean, how about this? We can't even get, like... We'll get Torres. I think the reliever is more important than the starter because I'm thinking in the playoffs for that reliever. So we're going to have to get rid of a little bit of money. And I don't want to include Medina for just a reliever. So we're going to have to find someone worth a couple million. I mean, we could include... I could include Franklin. The money still doesn't work, damn it. This problem with us locking up our players is kind of a hamstring us. So maybe we can't get him, which stinks because that looked perfect. All right, we're going to have to keep looking. All right. All right, Peralta. He pitched pretty poorly last year, and we'll continue looking. Danny Barnes, has he done since he left us? Not. He had one good year, one bad year. Leclerc, no. Is there a lefty out here? Wickens righty. Pruitt is righty. Alfaro's a lefty. 4.6 million. That's. I don't think we're going to be able to get that to... I mean, maybe get that to work if we include Austin Franklin. It still doesn't work. Man, we have like no money. We are right up against our limit. I don't think we can get another player, actually, unfortunately. Donnie, he hasn't signed his deal yet. I kind of like this guy. He's an A potential. Great walking. He should be nasty because of his... Man, we can't even take on like an additional like 700K. We can get this deal to work. I will take him. He's a righty, but that's another bullpen arm. We just have to include a little bit of money. And I mean, not that much. Like Jeter Downs, and then... I don't want to include Lester Marin in this deal. Nope, that's not enough. What is the magic number to get this to work? There we go. Boom, we actually saved 300,000. There we go. So I guess we're going to rock with, I kind of want to just rock with like a youngster like Kozar but that could ruin him. Caruso, terrible per nines for hits and Ks. I mean, we can go with a guy like Ross Coleman. Maybe a guy like, yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll go with like a guy like Ross Coleman. Now, we haven't, which we need to do, we have to make sure our 40 man's all set. This video is going long. I know you guys actually don't mind it. But I'm going to have you be our number 5. He's 24, B potential. We'll see how he does. Caruso, I want him to spend more time in the minors. Same with Kozar. Like, I'm just a little worried I could just ruin their careers, you know? So I don't want to do that. Reliever, so now we got Russell Schoen, he's righty. Chafin's our lefty. And then Douglas, Baez, Logan. I mean, there's still talent here. Okay, that's all set. Koo, make sure he's not eligible for the Rule 5 draft. Second base, we're all set there. Vesperis is eligible, so I'll add him just in case. Third base, we don't have to worry about it because we got the shortstops, and that's all good. Left field, make sure Medina's not eligible. He is not. There's Ben Gamel. I mean, we could have maybe moved Ben Gamel, but actually I think that's not terrible. Frank Holden, Raglan is an A potential. De La Cruz is a B potential. I don't know what to do with De La Cruz, and maybe we'll put him on the... We have a lot of outfielders, but we don't have like the money to go get someone, you know? That's kind of like a problem we have, is like we have a lot of outfielders who should be like our borderline major league ready, but because of our money situation, we can't really... Maybe we can go... Actually, let's try that. Because one thing I've noticed in prior years, and it's kind of the same in this, there are good like closers like where is he, like an A potential. I just saw one. There's another one like this guy right here. I'll take the closers, let him develop. Here we go. It's only going to cost 80,000. Pretty good per nines. He's 23, A potential. and we'll include one of our 1,000 outfielders. Not De La Cruz. I actually kind of like him. But maybe Villarreal, great defensive player, but he's 25. I mean, I don't know. I think that's probably fine. We're getting something in the future, and then we'll include just another guy just to get. We'll save a little bit of money too, about $550K, and we get a young closer. So we'll let him just stay in the minors, develop, and then hopefully he will give us some value. Here we go, a lefty, Shane Ray. Terrible per nines for the walks, which it scares me a little bit, but he is a lefty. So I mean, if we include. I like this guy a lot, Almanza. Lester Marin can really hit, and that would get the deal done straight up. I'm going to do it because it's a lefty reliever. We need that, and he's only 26. He's not playing the bigs yet, so he's only 80,000, and that gives us a little bit more money. So I guess we're going to do that. Now I want to make sure before we go any further that they are not eligible for the Rule 5 draft. I'm not going to do the 40-man if I don't need to. So there we go. So that clears up some of the glut in outfielders. Fernando Romero is a Diamondback starting pitcher now. 6 years, $104 million, and we got some young relievers. Tyler O'Neill, former Seattle, and then I think he got traded to St. Louis. He's now a Diamondback. Look at the Diamondbacks. Tyler Bede's a Met. Already did the 40-man. Riley Pint is an A. Already did arbitration. Luplo is a Oriole, 3 years, $34 million. Hit 25 home runs over 300 average. Andrew Moore is a Red Sox, so the AL East making moves. Colton Wong's a Brave. And Addison Russell finally signed. He's going to the Indians. Willie Adames, former Ray, you can tell based off the glove. He is a Pirate. Brewers signed Barreto, former Athletic. J.D. Davis is a Royal. Here's the Rule 5 draft. So I think we're going to have the second to last pick in the draft. Yep. And that's for this draft and in the summer draft for the prospects. We're going to just skip that because I just don't think we have no room in our roster. So we'll just gladly just move on from that. We didn't lose anyone too, which is nice. So now we just really have to worry about the arbitration hearings. Actually, I want to make sure our young players all sign their contract. So where can I see this? I guess they all did, because it would have told me they didn't, I'm assuming. So we should be good. Oh, actually, there's one guy I just want to make sure. Yeah, he's there. Okay, perfect. Tapia, former, current, well, in real life, he's a Rocky. He's now an Oriole. Carlos Rodon, former Tampa Bay Ray, now not real life in this, is now a Brave. And Jim Dunn, they signed with the Rays, so that's good. That's only $2.5 million on the contract. James Nelson, they signed with Nelson, so he's a backup. He's making $2 million. I don't love that. Austin Wynns, they signed with Wynn, so he's a backup catcher making $1.7. That's not awful. Yeah, so Puig didn't play last year. He's getting a $7 million deal, though, to go with the Braves. That's probably that's a replacement for Acuna. Corbin is a Padre. And I think we are all good. So, yeah, we did sign everyone. So, we can send to spring training. And before we go any further on this video, let's just make sure our scouts are all under contract. We'll take a look at top prospects, and then we'll end the video, guys. Yeah, that's all good. The Central, we could probably spend a little bit more money, so let's get a better Central scout. Let's take a look at top prospects. We have the number 2 and the number 3, and they're both going to be on the Major League roster, so that's a moot point. After that, Corey Kosar, that starter, is in AAA. Like I said, I don't want to ruin him. Just let him stay down the minors another year or two. I think they might be... Oh, no, never mind. We got these guys. Ragland, the center field prospect. Caruso, a starting pitcher. 32 and 33. Shane Fay, the one of those closers, is 38. Another closer we got is at 40. Medina, that left fielder. 8 potential kind of a prospect at 43. I mean, at 41. And at 43 of Almanza, a right fielder. Like, he could be toolsy. I mean, he has the fielding, he has the durability, he has solid speed, good contact. Other than power, this guy can do it all. I actually kind of like the player a lot. So we are very top heavy, I feel like, in our farm system, but that's all right. So I guess let's just make sure the rotation's good. Shane, he's not going to be in the starting rotation. You gotta call some people down. All right, Cabrera, move to triple. Well, he has to clear options. Faye, I want to keep on the team because he's a lefty. Because we only have Chafin's only other lefty. So Cole, how did he pitch last year? He struggled, so we'll send him down. Cabrera, yeah, he has to clear waivers, but he'll probably clear them. Logan, wait, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5. We have probably too many. Actually, let's send Faye down. He has options because I forgot we have Jason Cooper, who 85 overall. He must be very happy. He is. So that was the guy that we moved from a starter to a reliever. He's on 85 as a reliever. He's only 22. There's some definite talent there. Catcher, we don't need you. We can send you to AAA. Second base. Well, Vesperis as a second baseman, and I want. Well, how's he as a hitter? Not actually. I'd rather have him in the minors. We have way better options. Like this guy Solak can hit. So let's add him to the 40-man. Add him to the MLB team. Third base. We don't need Tejada. He has to clear waivers. He'll clear it. Shortstop, that's fine. And that's fine. So we have one too many players on the team. And it's because this guy's going to get... He's on waivers, so I think that should be fine. All right, we can then send him to the regular season. And now we can get this all taken care of. We actually have negative money, but I think that will be fine. There's Coleman as our number 5. Cooper is our long man. And there's the bullpen. And like I said, we have... Why is Faye there? Do we have like any starters? There we go. Acevedo's a starter. Ramirez a starter. Chavez a starter. Okay, perfect. A good amount of relievers in the AAA bullpen. But like I said, Faye, Richardson, or Cole could all get called up. That's the start. Like that's a good rotation. I'm not gonna lie. Lineup. Actually, I was gonna put Diaz second, so I like that because, oh, they have him as a DH though. That's not right. We're gonna have him be a third base. I actually like how this lineup's set up. Maybe have Dunn ahead of Gamble, or Dunn behind Gamble. Kern. I mean, he can really hit, so I actually don't have a problem being number 5. Now I'm gonna put Gamble ahead of him. There we go. Like the bottom of this lineup, there are 4 players here. It is so hit or miss what they do. They could be amazing. They could be pretty bad. So we got to be careful on that. Let's see. Forrest Miles is our second baseman. So let's put that there. That looks fine. And then Jim Dunn as our right fielder. I want... Where is Keston? Okay, put you at DH. And then I'll have Diaz play third. That's fine. And then lastly, that actually, we just have to put one more person in here. Then we should be good, guys. Oh, I'll auto do that. I'll put all those guys in. So there we go, guys. That's the video. It's a long one. I do apologize if that annoys you. If you don't mind it, just take it with a grain of salt. But that's the video, guys. Next episode, we'll do the season of 2025. Should be one of the best teams in baseball. I mean, we can take a look real quickly before the end of the video what we're ranked as. Number 1 team in baseball, 15th in defense is our weakness, 1st in pitching, 3rd in power, 4th in contact, and 2nd in speed. Not too bad. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll talk to y'all later. Take it easy. Peace.